Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is MazezRealm once again, and welcome to another episode of my Keys to Success series. Now, I really have got a really interesting topic for this Keys to Success episode, and it is how to get a shutout in Black Ops 2. Now, for those of you who have been watching my Keys to Success series and have been watching all of the previous episodes, you have seen that I have spoken about different things to help you improve as a player in Call of Duty and Black Ops 2 in general. Well, this episode is for us players that are really trying to exert ourselves and to not only become better players, but become elite players in Black Ops 2. And there is no better example than this particular match that I had with Charon Phantom on the new DLC map Mirage. Now, we were playing headquarters, and it was only the two of us in a party, and the rest of the teammates were random. And in order to get a shutout in Black Ops 2, the best recommendation that I can give to you guys is to actually play in a full team. You are not always guaranteed a lot of success when you have a lot of randoms. So just try to play in a full team, because that will really help you get a shutout. But if you cannot get a full team, then what you have to do is what Charon, Phantom, and myself did on this match, and that was really know your map very well and communicate flawlessly. I'm talking about communicate every single time, not only when you die and calling out the location of where the enemy was when you died, but also be sure to communicate with your other teammates and actually set up a good
headquarters captured.
A good area before those headquarters go online. That's what you want to do. You want to conquer the map areas. You don't want to just, run around for kills and wait for the headquarters to go active and then go to grab the headquarters. It's all about strategy and getting those nice long sight lines in your favor. You want to take all of those long sight lines away from the enemy and get everything set up. And the reason why that's really important in headquarters is because once you do capture the headquarters, it becomes very similar to search and destroy in that you do not spawn back in when you die until your headquarters are destroyed. So that's why preempting where the enemy is going to be and preempting where those headquarters are going to be is vital to getting a shutout in headquarters, and specifically in Black Ops 2. There are very many game modes that you can get shutouts in, like capture the flag, headquarters, or search and destroy. But they're not always guaranteed if you're not working really well as a team. And in this particular match, our random teammates actually really did a good job of preempting where the headquarters were going to spawn in, and then I had a great teammate in Charon Phantom who was just absolutely slaying people along with me. And here is where I really start to go to town with my Peacekeeper here. I really had set up, I preempted that headquarters was going to go live in a little bit of time, and I wanted to make sure that I got all of my kill streaks to support my teammates so that the next headquarters that went live would actually be protected before we even got to it. And that's what the whole point of setting up your gunfights and your sightlines is like in headquarters. You just really have to be very careful and aware of where your teammates are, where the enemy is, and where those headquarters are going live. So here, what I did was, once the headquarters were destroyed, I went ahead and called in my next point streaks that I had already stacked up, and I called those in right away. And the reason why I did that, and the reason why Charon Phantom did that as well, was because we just wanted to help our teammates out, because they were playing so objectively that they didn't really get that many point streaks themselves. So we wanted to be able to support them in the air while the enemy was trying to find their bearings and try to get to those objectives, and they just could not do it. I mean, we were dominating. We were dominating. They were actually destroying the headquarters, but they didn't have enough map knowledge to actually get to the headquarters before we did. So we just kept setting up and setting up the whole match to the point where they just could not react. And that's what you want to do when you are working for a shutout and when you're working in humiliating the enemy team and getting a lot of XP while doing that. And here you see that my Dragonfire was shot down after a long time of me flying around with that. I call in my Lightning Strike right before the headquarters went online. And then I started to head over to that location. And once the team started realizing that we were just on a crazy tear, as you can see right here, I'm working on getting another UAV. I get the kill, and then bam! I went into a host migration. Now I go ahead and call in my UAV, and if you guys see the score, you guys are seeing that correctly. The score was 195 to nothing. Instead of the team gathering their thoughts, getting their shit together basically, and learning from their mistakes, they just literally imploded. They could not get anything going. So you see here that I run in there, I get myself another lightning strike right before the headquarters goes active, and then I call it in to at least put up a little bit of a wall of a defense, and then I head over following another sightline so that I can get there. And now I'm starting to hear some suppressive fire by a light machine gunner over here, so I surround this area, I come over here, shoot him in the head, and then unfortunately I get shot from behind. As soon as I get killed, I told Phantom, who had just picked up an M27 with an MMS and a suppressor, that I had just gotten killed, and that the rest of the team was actually not paying attention to their flank. So I told him this, knowing that he would be able to hold things down, and he just went ham on the enemy team and eliminated them enough to, and held them back enough, I should say, to get this win. And this was an amazing avoid that he got here. And it was just incredible. He just set up, got all those kills, and got it done. And that's what you have to do as a team in order to get a shutout in Black Ops 2. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this commentary, and stay tuned for my next episode of Keys to Success. And if you want to see previous videos on this series, you can do that by clicking on the thumbnail there. If you want to check out a similar series to Keys to Success, you can check out my series The Arsenal. That's a really good series on my channel as well. And if you're new here, you can actually click on that subscribe button right there on the top right. If you want to actually follow me on Twitter and interact with me one-on-one, you can do that by hovering over that Twitter icon there on the top left. And if you want to see all of the rest of my playlist and other videos, please be sure to check on that by clicking on the MazezRealm icon there on the bottom of your screen. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.